Traore has not attended the African Union meeting. Same to Assimi Goïta. Do you know why? Do you know why Traore has not attended the African Union meeting? Well, after this video, we will be talking about more why Traore has not attended the African Union meeting and why Assimi Goïta has not attended the African meeting too. Now, we've also had this African who has so much passionate with Traore and he has been supporting Traore. So in this speech, let's look at what he was saying in regards to Traore's development and why Africa should protect Traore. Let's have a look at this.
On the 4th of September in the year 1797, a significant coup d'etat occurred within the French Republic, led by the military commander François Rabin. May 11th, 1798, coup d'etat in the French Republic, the law of Second Florian. That means November 9th, 1799, coup d'etat in the French Republic. Napoleon Bonaparte comes to power. December 2nd, 1851, constitutional coup d'etat in the French Republic. Napoleon Bonaparte stays in power just a few months before the end of his term, even though the Constitution of the Second Republic formally forbade it. May 13th, 1958, coup d'etat in the French Republic. General de Gaulle returns to power. History doesn't lie. History doesn't lie, unless we let liars tell it. Even before Burkina Faso accepted independence, the French Republic had already experienced 6 coups d'etat. So understand that we are in version 2.2. Just consider that at the end of 2023, in the ranking of the 10 greatest Frenchmen of all time, and surprised in second place, Napoleon Bonaparte, the putschist. In this version 2.2, when it's them, they're saviors. And when it's us, we're putschists. When it's them, they throw flowers. And when it's us, they impose sanctions. When it's them, it's the red carpet, the greatest man of all time. And when it's us, they get furious and like chameleons, they change their colors. When it's them, democracy means letting the people choose. And finally, when it's us that the people choose, they say the people chose wrong. Democracy is free choice, and dictatorship is when something is imposed. But when democracy is imposed on us, isn't that also dictatorship? So yes, we do have a choice, but it's a choice between 2 dictatorships, the one hidden within the laws and the one that exposes the hidden laws. Don't confuse freedom with so-called libertinism. Don't ask a prostitute for marriage advice. They have double standards, malice and scheming. We can't choose between the two. They make our own scales for us. They practice the politics of the sorcerer, frightened to capture the soul. But when you try to capture a stallion, you should at least think better than a donkey. That's why they have... When they're the ones forming unions, there's no problem. But when we're the ones making an alliance, suddenly there's an issue. Yet the union of husband and wife is indeed the alliance that serves as both proof and symbol. That's why when we refuse, we say no. That's good, but it's not enough. In the realm of communities, when you refuse, you leave. And if those who leave are 2 or 3, well, it's those who stay who are in danger. They are happy and we are content. But when it's us, they can't stand it. For them, our riflemen died in battle. But when we are attacked, they do not speak out. Because they can't stand your smile, the joy of life in your children. They can't stand your future. As long as they don't see blood, they can't stand your peace. And your development bothers them. They do everything to get rid of you. They turn your dream life into a nightmare. So, are they friends or are they enemies? From now on, when facing enemies, we keep our hands firm. But you also need to look among your enemies for those who train them. That's why, from now on, we are determined to continue the struggle we are leading, to choose our own destiny. Because if you risk finding them, by finding them, you are taking a risk. And so you risk succeeding. By freeing this country from the colonial legacy, you also risk succeeding against the predictions of the pessimists. You risk building a proud and free Burkina. You risk finishing the job. What Sankara would have done if he had been allowed to live. In the end, we are here to make a choice. And I choose to take the risk. For the homeland, the family, the nation, and the struggle. I choose to take the risk. And make no mistake, we are a free people. But do not confuse freedom with so-called libertinism. Don't ask a prostitute for marriage advice. We are the alliance, the proof and the emblem of what they call union. Thank you. So understand that we are in version 2.2. Just consider that at the end of 2023, in the ranking of the 10 greatest Frenchmen of all time, and surprised in second place, Napoleon Bonaparte, the putschist. In this version 2.2, when it's them, they're saviors. And when it's us, we're putschists. When it's them, they throw flowers. And when it's us, they impose sanctions. When it's them, it's the red carpet, the greatest man of all time. And when it's us, they get furious, and like chameleons, they change their colors. When it's them, democracy means letting the people choose.
According to the African Union Charter, number one, there are two things that they consider before inviting a head of state into the AU meeting in Addis Ababa. Number one, this leader must be democratically elected. So there must be an election, and the election should be observed, and this leader should be democratically elected for him or her to be part of the AU General Assembly meeting, for him or her to be invited. Number two, the country that this leader is from must be in line with the constitution of the African Union. Now, you see, with President Traore of Burkina Faso and President Assimi Goïta of Mali, the main reasons why they were not invited to the African Union is because they were not constitutionally elected. Assimi Goïta assumed power in 2020 over a coup. And mostly I don't like to call that a coup. I normally call that an unconstitutional way of taking power. Burkina Faso, take a look at Burkina Faso. President Traore took power in 2022, and it was again according to what we had those days is President Traore took power over a coup. So there was a coup attempt, and the coup was successful, and Traore took power. So those are some of the reasons why they were never invited to the African Union, because the African Union still believes that these people, they were not constitutionally elected, even though some of these leaders, they are doing massive work. Take a good example of Traore. Traore is really transforming Burkina Faso. He is being loved by the youth, and actually, according to Traore, nearly each and every African youth, they know who Traore is because of what he's doing. But yet, he cannot still attend the African Union meeting. So, for him to attend the African Union meeting, number one, there must be an election. There must be an election so that he can be re-elected into power. That is the first thing that must happen. But at the same time, you can remember 2 weeks ago, President Traore has banned all political parties in Burkina Faso. Basically because he's saying that these political parties are the ones that are dividing the countries. So the country is being divided by these political parties. So he banned all the political parties. That being said, maybe we cannot see what Traore, or we cannot see elections in Burkina Faso very soon. But what we need, we as Africans, at least we want to see Burkina Faso stepping forward, the economy to be in another level. Development, we are into development so much. Because these elections, if some of these leaders who are democratically elected, they are not doing anything. They are totally not doing anything. Most of them, they are corrupt. Actually, 99% of these African leaders are corrupt. That's why we're not even being respected, we as Africans. But when you see Traore and Assimi Goïta, they are trying their level best to catapult their countries to another level as far as development is concerned. Now, even if Burkina Faso and Mali, they are out of African Union, they are also out of ECOWAS. And the main reason why they are out of ECOWAS is because they were saying ECOWAS was taking it lightly when it comes to matter security. So they just had to leave ECOWAS and form their own alliance of Sahel states, which was basically to deal with the insurgents in the western part of Africa. And this alliance of Sahel states is composed of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. So they have their own alliance, irrespective of us or other Africans having African Union as an alliance. So by now you might think that Burkina Faso and Mali, they're not doing good, but at the end of the day, for me, I think they're doing good because of the progress that we are seeing in their countries. Now, in the meeting, in the African Union meeting, we also had Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres is the chair of African Union. Sorry, not African Union, United Nations. And the main reason why he was there, he was trying to tell Africans or African leaders that he will be trying his level best to make sure that Africa can have a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. Because as at today, this is 2026, Africa does not have a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. We also have, we only have 2 temporary seats, if I'm not wrong. So Guterres was in the African Union trying to lure African leaders and promising them that he will make sure that Africa will get a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. Will this one happen? I'm not sure, but we are hoping that Africa at the end of the day will get a permanent seat in the Security Council. Now, thank you for showing up to this video. If it's your first time, kindly show me some love by subscribing to this channel. Share the video until next time when we meet and discuss matters Africa. Africa will be great. Africa must be great. And if it's not great, then we as Africans, we are done. Thank you for showing up. See you next time. Bye-bye.